do. I'm in troubles here. Hello, I am trying to. Oh, I see what happened there. Adjust my camera so you have the full view. Okay, it's not great, and I have this. Oh, the reflection isn't too bad. If I kind of get in the way of it, maybe it'll go out. I'm just still setting up a couple of things here. And just to give you a little bit of background, I'm painting on an aluminum panel today. And I've never painted on an aluminum panel, so that'll be interesting. It was very interesting to draw on. Just trying to get the last bits of my liquid medium out of this container. This brush might be a little bit bigger than I want to use. Sorry, I don't do well with talking and demoing at the same time. Lots of pauses. Anyway, hello, my name is John. If you've not been watching any of the videos, most people catch up on these after I do the lives, but I thought I would do lives because in case anyone did have questions while I was doing it, I could answer those. I'm going to see if possibly putting the shade down will help the reflection on that. No, not at all. I don't know where my reflection is coming from. It's this. I can see that window I have coming behind me. Oh, you can kind of see my reflection in there. Luckily, it's not too clear. One of the things I had noticed is as I paint this, I probably will still readjust. I might move the top of the handle up here a little bit more. Do it more like this. And then actually maybe make this so it's like this. And then cut this back in a little bit earlier here. I don't think it goes. Once I stood up, I could kind of see it was a little bit off. So I'll readjust as I go here. But I have the basic hand drill in. This is, if you've never seen a hand drill, it's well, nobody uses them anymore. It's kind of an antique type of way that just like you would use a drill to drill holes in, or maybe use it to, when you're screwing in screws or nails or whatever you're doing with your hand drill. But this is an actual hand operated drill where you would hold this part of the handle here, your other hand would go there. This one here would rotate, and then the drill would go into the wood and then create the hole. So I have a little bit. I'll just do this in a monochromatic. Yeah, maybe this. I have a couple of different brushes here. So I think I'm going to go with this size, maybe this one for the background. But for right now, and I am using oil paint. There went my demo tool. And I'm just using some titanium white and a burnt umber to create just a very monochromatic thing. It'll be interesting to see what this is like for painting on aluminum. I've never done that. It's interesting to draw on. And the medium just helps, it does two things. It helps um, thin the paint a little bit. This is pretty thick. This is thicker than toothpaste. Part of it is, this is not like a super fresh paint. And then to make it a little bit more viscous, is that the word I'm looking for? A little bit looser in terms of spreadability. Also, this particular medium does help dry first. So this upper part here, it's really interesting to paint on. This upper handle here is probably a little darker than what I'm painting, but there's no like tooth, nothing really grabbing the paint. I mean, it's grabbing it, but it's really slick. So I think it will use a lot less paint. All right, now I'm going to paint this area a little darker right in here. And for those also just joining in, I have aphantasia, which is the inability to pull up images in my brain to reference or remember things. And so when I drew this on here, I didn't use a photo reference or the actual object. I actually have one of these hand drills in my basement somewhere. And once I get this, painted, I will pull that up or find it, and then I'll do a video where I compare the actual object compared to my painting. So I'm pretty sure there's some type of a metal piece. This is a wood handle that I know is worn, so that'll be interesting to see if I can make it look like it's worn. But there's a metal piece that attaches this shaft here to the wood. And I'll go in and make these things look more three-dimensional as I go. Part of this is going to be the learning curve on using an aluminum panel. I got these through a company online, because where I live, while you can get some art supplies. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do there. I wanted to, I think, go in. Excuse me. Where I live, you can get some, kind of basic art supplies. You can get like acrylic paint, tube acrylic paint, possibly tube watercolor, watercolor paper, canvas, and some oil paints. And that's way off. I'll have to fix that. And so I tend to order some things online. And I got these through Jerry's Artorama. It's Jerry''S, then Artorama. sure a simple little search through whatever web browser you're using. Sorry, I have to adjust my chair here a little bit. So this part of the shaft where it bends here has got a wooden handle, or I'm not sure if handle is the right description. But it has a wood component, I'll put it that way. That it allows the turning to happen pretty easy. You know, as you're rotating the, so it must, this stays stationary. Well, I don't know how to describe that. That's really hard to describe. Okay, so this part will be the interesting part here to see how well I paint this, because I'm not exactly sure how these go, except for there's, you know, obviously some light not getting under there. So it's going to be somewhat protected. And then I know that there's like a little ridge, you know, along these edges here. I may have to paint with a softer bristle brush. We'll see once I get a lot of this in. And I paint, you know, this first. This may have to be done in a couple of layers. Oh, hello. Thanks for watching, folks, whoever's here. I hope you're, I forget to look over sometimes. So what's happening with this particular brush, this is not a very expensive brush, is it's kind of creating some strokes on this because it is so, or, you know, you can kind of see the bristle marks because of the smoothness of this. Okay. It's a decent start. Something's not right here. I think I'll just cover. This is incorrect. I can see something is off there. I wonder if it doesn't go out further. You know, the real object. I don't know. That I don't know. But I think I'm gonna. We have to make some marks here. Ooh. I have a really soft, here we go. Well, it doesn't feel so soft at the moment. I'm going to just see what this wider brush does. Oh, that works good. Unfortunately, it will not work great when I want to go in here. It's got a lot of, you can see that bristle sticking out there. So this little handle thing is the thing that I am not recalling very well into what it would look like. I'm just going to go with the dark up here to create a contrast. So just to shift gears a little bit, that's showing up. You can see all the strokes there. So this isn't working out as, and it could be the, yeah, I guess they're showing just as bad over there. Sometimes you just got to work with what you got. So this is the third tool I have created. The first one was the hammer, and the second one was a pair of scissors. This one's the hand drill, and I have more of these panels, so I want to do tools that will fit this format. I have a whisk. It's a little bit of a different type of whisk because it's, kind of old school. And I have a feeling it was like back in the day, it was, in some restaurant or baker's kitchen, because it certainly doesn't look like the household whisks that most of us use. It's got a wooden handle, and it's got where the wires are. It's much, much larger, and it has many more wires to it. And so I think I'm going to do that. And then I think after that, on my Facebook page, I had asked for recommendations for tools, but I may put that out there again now that this panel is being done, because this is 10 by 20. And so I want people to, I'd like input from that. All right, I gotta switch brushes again. Or soon. Maybe I'll get a little bit more in there. All right, so I'm getting I think what I'll do is I'll just do this basic blocking in and let this dry for a couple of days. And then we'll put another layer with more details. Because I don't know how well this is going to stick on this. if I'm going to have any issues. It's sort of interesting, maybe not like that. Oh, here we go. I haven't done much reading lately on Aphantasia. I got to go back to a couple of groups and see if there's anything, I shouldn't say new, but maybe just interesting. Well, I'm not so sure. This might be bigger than it's supposed to be. feel like, I wonder if this handle doesn't come in a little bit further there. Ooh, almost dropped my brush. All right. Well, I think that's all I'm going to do right at the moment. I am not sure with the liquid, if I come back to it in a few hours, if it'll be tacky enough to do a more detailed blocking in. But that's my start on the hand drill for right now. And yeah, I think that looks better on there. Yeah. Maybe it actually does come back down. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Talk to you later.